Hey guys, it's Viv
and G.
Welcome to our channel.
So this episode she had 2 group dates and 1 one-on-one. The first group date had 6 of the guys in that, and they did a little spa day.
Yeah, I was excited for the guys.
So Becca comes walking out in her little robe, and she had these wicked, interesting sandals
Like,
on.
think of like the Birkenstocks with the 2 straps, but way
uglier.
Like,
Yeah.
ugly. And the first thing that came to my head when she walked out and the guys were walking out of the bus was Jordan's probably like, what the hell is she wearing?
Yeah, because he was the first one to come to her too. He's probably like, no.
Right, no. Yeah.
So they walk into this spa thinking they're all gonna get pampered and all this stuff, and her girlfriends are there. So Kendall, Cien, Tia, Caroline, and Becca,
Short hair Becca.
short hair Becca, are all there to like basically judge the guys for her,
Yes,
of course.
ask questions, like really kind of like figure out who's
Digging.
there. Yes. Yeah.
Of course, we found out last episode that Colton and Tia had a little thing, whatever it was.
Bling.
So Colton was on this group date. So this was really awkward.
Super awkward.
As soon as he walked in, he had this like weird little smirk on his face, like, and I kind of felt bad because I felt like Tia felt really awkward as well. And she even said to the other girls when Becca said, oh yeah, Colton's gonna be on this date, she's like, yeah, I didn't know that until she just announced it.
For sure. And I could tell that Tia didn't want to like make Becca feel guilty in any way for keeping him around. But that's still awkward. Like if your girlfriend did, I don't know. I mean, if it was a short fling and if it like maybe a one night thing, then
Yeah.
but
And I guess Tia did make her feel better about it. They had like a little one-on-one time where they talked about
that's
it.
true.
And she said, you know, it was a quick little thing. We, you know, hung out. All we did was kiss. Like it was nothing. But the part that really bothered me is when Becca straight up asked Tia, do you think that he came on The Bachelorette because he thought it was gonna be you? And she said yes. It's like, what? Like even if you thought that, like why would you even say that? There must be like something about him in person that just like draws her to him, because like to me, like, yeah, I think he's really
I think he's
cute,
super cute.
but I don't know, I just feel like maybe just the editing of the TV.
show.
I'm not buying it. Not buying it.
So the date continued with Becca and her friends sitting down, and the guys had to pamper them, which I thought was fun at first, but then like super awkward. Like,
so awkward.
what's
It's
happening? Like the guys were massaging Becca's friend's feet.
Yeah, like I'd be like, if my
It's, like, really
boyfriend
intimate.
was like touching like my
Right?
friend.
I'd be like, don't touch her feet. I don't know. Like I wouldn't like that.
So weird. I thought it was cute, the nail polish thing. So they're all painting the nails, which was so funny. So all the guys got their nails painted, and the guys were painting the girls' nails and everything like that. And then
Yeah,
of
for
course Jordan is like rubbing Becca's feet and is like, I'm so in my element right now. Like super extra as always, Jordan.
So after that like weird, awkward spa day, it proceeded to the night part of the date. She started with John Blanc. Super sweet. Oh my gosh. He was super smooth. Listen to this. He was like, oh, Becca, let me see your nails. Like all the, you know, the new freshly painted nails. And then he's like, oh, let me steal you. I'm like, that was really smooth.
It was so cute. And all the guys were like, oh shit, like I should have did that. Someone that I love their connection, we haven't seen too much of though, is her and Jason's connection. And it's so funny because earlier in the day when she was introducing all the guys to the girls, she forgot his name. It was so funny, and I felt bad.
I felt bad for her.
Yeah, I feel like she was just like worked up about the whole like tension with Tia and Colton. So she was just like, and this is.
She was like, girls, like this is Colton, this is David, and this is crickets. I'm like,
And he's like, Jason. She's like, oh my God, I know your name. So later in the night, they had a really sweet moment, and they were talking, and she was like, you know what, like I really have a crush on you. Like I get nervous in front of you, and they had like such a cute kiss, and she was just like all over.
I am like a total Jason fan after him, but tonight
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, they have good chemistry.
They
and
do,
I liked it.
and they look cute together. Like their
Yes.
features look nice together.
Yeah. Another, I guess, dramatic part of the night, part of the date, was David started asking Jordan about his Tinder account.
Yeah.
And of course, Jordan being Jordan, starts bragging about it and saying how he has 4,000 matches.
Yeah.
I'm like, 4,000 matches? The guys are like, wait, how many times a day are you on Tinder? Like,
In
that's
1 year, like
right,
in 2017.
365 days in a year, and there's 4,000 matches.
Like, why are you bragging about that? You know that's gonna start drama. Like, you know one of the guys is gonna be like out to get you, and of course, David happened to be that guy. And I love David. I think he's adorable, but like, literally, I was screaming at the TV, and I was like, "Shut up, David! Like, get over it. Stop."
And then he went and told Becca, and
Yeah.
I'm like, why are you doing this?
Like, I get it. It's hard to date the same girl, and you're trying to like one up the other person, but David, you just let it go. Let it go.
Right.
Don't waste your time talking to Becca about another guy. Like,
correct.
talk about yourself so she can get to know you, not like this drama-filled stuff. No.
Right.
Not okay.
So at the end of the night, obviously there's that rose sitting on the table, and Becca gets up, and I'm like, yes, she's gonna give it to Jason, because
Yeah.
truthfully, the way they showed that group date, Jason had like the most chemistry with her. No, she gets up and gives it to Colton.
Yeah, I don't know. It was so strange. It's like,
It was weird.
I get you got, apparently you got past the whole Colton Tia situation, but the fact that she gave him the rose,
Like right away.
and anything that he said to her during the little one-on-one talk, both of us were like, we don't believe you. Like, shut up.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Colton. I think you're super nice. I don't know you personally, but I don't think you're there for Becca.
No. Yeah, I mean, he's super cute, and I think he was one of our favorites, like right off the bat.
Yeah.
And I still think he's gonna make it far,
Yeah, I do too.
but I'm just like,
I don't
No.
think there's like that I don't get that yet. I feel like I'm still in the beginning stages of getting to know the guys on the show, and I don't think he's that genuine yet.
yeah. I mean, this could just be a bump in the road, and we could love him. Like,
He could have
week
just been
5,
totally
but-
off because of the whole Tia thing.
Yeah.
He may have just been like, oh my gosh, what's happening? So, the second date of the episode tonight was the 101, which was with Chris, who, can I just say, I don't know if I said this before, but he kind of reminds me of Ben Stiller.
Yeah, you did say that, I think, in our first video.
Like, I feel like, I don't know, every time I see him, I think of Ben
But
Stiller.
you also said that he reminded you of Brian.
Yeah!
Like, Rachel's Brian.
I don't know, there's
He does.
I don't know if it's like a longer fade. I don't know what it is, but
Yeah.
So Becca took Chris to Capitol Records in Los Angeles, which is like a big production company.
Yeah.
And the date was, they walk in, and who's in there playing his piano?
Richard Marx, Grammy award-winning music producer, singer-songwriter, and it was really cool.
It was really cool. I would have been like, oh dang.
Yeah.
So the date was, Richard Marx told them that they were gonna create their love song.
Super awkward. It's like,
Right? Like,
I mean, how long have they been there? Like a month now, maybe, because it's a third episode, so maybe a month or 3 weeks. I don't know how
3 weeks, I think.
how it really works. But this is their first one-on-one. Like, that's so awkward to make a love song.
I don't know. I thought it was kind of
Too soon.
too soon. So it ended up turning out super cute. So
Right, for sure.
Becca's writing her lyrics. She's kind of, saying them out loud. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Becca's really like poetic. Like, she's super good. And then Chris goes and isolates himself, sits on the floor, and is like super nervous. He's like, I don't know how to like be vulnerable. Like, and he talks about his past, and which kind of got me a little emotional.
Yeah, it was tough.
So then time's up. They have to go like present their lyrics in front of Richard. And Becca says hers, super catchy, like I loved it.
Cute.
Super cute. Then Chris goes up and he dropped the mic. Like, he literally like said what, I don't know, it was
What
just
he
so
was
romantic.
feeling.
What
He
he
said
was
what-
feeling. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Even like Richard was
super romantic.
He was clapping.
Right.
And she was just like her face was just.
She like fell in love right there.
And Richard even said, he was like, look at her face, like look what you just did. Like you should. He was almost like, you should be proud of yourself. Like I don't know.
It was really good. I was not expecting those lyrics from him.
Yeah. And then like fast forward, they had their little dinner date.
So right at the end of that date, there was a national, like ABC stopped everything. But so I think we missed a couple minutes.
Right. Clearly it's just more important than the Bachelorette.
Yeah. So then finally, once that was over, they actually, I thought we ended up missing Chris's whole night part of the date, but ABC kind of just started it off maybe a couple minutes after.
Yeah.
So it did seem like we missed something.
We don't know what we missed.
Mm-hmm. But we saw the ending of their
Dinner date. Yeah, and that's where he kind of opens up to her. Mm-hmm. She could tell that he was really closed off during the date, and he opens up about how he didn't really have a relationship with his father, and he wrote a letter to him a few years ago, and there was no response. So sitting down and writing again was really difficult for him. So she really felt for him, and after that, they went into this other room where we met up again with Richard Marx, and he was playing the piano and singing, and they were dancing.
So literally, romantic.
This part made me melt. Like the way they were kissing and like just
Chris's face, you could tell he was so not sexually into her, but like emotionally into her. Like every time they kissed, he was so passionate.
He was just so.
Like he was feeling every second.
Like it was almost like relief. Like this is so nice. Like you could tell the sense of like love and relief he had in that moment. So
it was super cute.
Yeah,
I liked that date for sure.
Yeah. So now, literally, the most dramatic part of the show, which turns out to be the least dramatic part of the show, is my poor baby David. Little cutie. The cameras just roll over all this like blood on the floor and like
something super dramatic. We thought there was a fight.
And like everyone's just like, oh my god, like Lincoln is like, I thought David was dead. Like I was like crazy stuff. And they say that everyone woke up to Blake screaming like, David, like screaming his name.
So scary.
And we're like, what's going on? Chris Harrison goes to Becca and was like, he's in intensive care. Obviously, something messed up happened and he really hurt himself. But then Chris goes, he fell off the bed. And Becca, like literally right before that was like, who did this?
Oh my gosh, because
and he's like, he fell off the bed.
The way Chris Harrison like was setting the story, I'm like, oh my gosh, something seriously happened. He's in intensive care. And I'm like
Jordan punched him. Like,
right.
What happened? I mean, if you see in the show, they do have bunk beds, so, and he said to Becca, it was so cute, he was like, yeah, I don't know, I'm used to sleeping in a king bed alone, like, we're so sorry you got hurt, David. And I hope your face is okay, because
oh my gosh, I know.
I love your face. So, he misses, it seems like he misses the cocktail hour, but then in the previews, it looks like he may come back for it, and all the guys are super dramatic and like, oh, his face is all messed up. So I guess next week we'll see what happened to that beautiful face. So now we're going to the second group date, and there's 10 guys on this group date, and the only one that didn't get a date this week was Nick. So honorable mention to Nick today. So they had a football date, which of course is perfect for Clay. It's really his element and he can show his moves off.
Yeah, he's a professional football player.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty cool.
So they broke it up into 2 teams and they had to go against each other, and there's a whole crowd there and, you know, made it all big and dramatic like The Bachelor does.
And Lincoln, okay, this was to me one of the funniest moments of this date is,
oh my God.
I don't know if it's because he's not from the United States and he doesn't know the logistics. He collided with his own team member. He was running back home when he needed to go this way.
Mike, who was killing it, he had already made a touchdown. He's going for another one, and he goes boom right through Lincoln. He was like, I don't care that this is my teammate. I'm getting this touchdown.
Why was Lincoln in the way? So, fast forward to the end of the fourth quarter of the game, and Clay's team is losing big time. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what the heck? Clay, like, get it together. All of a sudden, like 3 touchdowns. And I'm like, woo!
Beast mode.
Beast mode. Showing, like really showing off. And that last touchdown, he landed and we think he broke his wrist, like something crazy. And I'm like,
and we both were like, he's a professional football player.
that's
like,
his job.
What is happening? We saw a second ambulance this episode.
So after the football game, they go to their second part of the day. Garrett steals her, and I just love them together. I was like, oh my gosh, like super butterflies, chills. I loved it. I love them together.
Yeah, they were so cute. And then, of course, one of my favorites, Blake. They're just so cute together as well, and
I love Blake.
he's just like...
I want him to be the next Bachelor.
Yes.
Blake perfect candidate.
For Bachelor.
Yes.
Obviously, if he doesn't win.
We said it here first.
But they had such a cute little like one-on-one time, and it was a big moment. Like she literally, and I felt the comfort in her voice when she was saying this too. She was like, I literally just want to take a nap with you. You can just tell she's really crushing on him hard. And he then, huge moment, called her his girlfriend.
Yes.
And
oh my
she
gosh.
melted, we melted. It was just so adorable.
He's so cute.
Yeah, and she like loved it. It was awesome. It was a really nice moment, and it was a really big moment for their relationship.
Yeah.
And for the second group date, Clay got the group date rose.
I was so happy. I mean, he deserved it. He broke his wrist for you.
Yeah. I mean, he came back and he was talking with her and everything, and she said, she's like, I'm finally getting like this real connection with him. So she gave him the rose.
He's super sweet. He's super sweet. I really like him.
Yeah. Then we fast forward to, I guess it would be the next night where they have the cocktail party for the rose ceremony.
Yep.
And things start to take a turn.
So first with Clay, I guess he had gotten the news earlier that day that he needs like super crazy surgery, and knowing that that's his career and he provides for his family, which was the sweetest thing to hear. And I know you could see it, it broke Becca's heart.
Yeah.
She started crying, she got emotional.
Because she finally like got a connection with him and she's really falling for him.
And Clay had to make the really hard decision of going home.
Yeah. Second pretty dramatic thing that we saw, which I guess was in the previews.
Yeah, that's pretty much how the episode ended.
Yeah, of course they did the whole teaser where they didn't let any guys go this week. They didn't actually do the rose ceremony. Right. So we see in the previews that David comes back from the hospital, and
but they blurred his face.
All blurred out, dramatic.
Right.
And everyone just like, oh my God, I didn't know his face was gonna look that bad. I'm like, oh, his beautiful face. You know, what's happening? So we'll see. They said that he broke his nose and maybe fractured something in his face.
I'm sure he's super bruised in the face.
Yeah, so crazy episode this week.
For sure.
And I can't wait to see who goes home next week and how her relationships grow next week.
I'm excited for next week.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching our week 3 recap. And please make sure you comment down below what you thought of this episode, what you think David's face is gonna look like. And remember to like and subscribe. Bye.
Bye.
So now we're going into the second group date, and there were 10 guys on this group date. The only person that didn't get a date, what?